The year was 1944, and the world was engulfed in the flames of World War II. Among the countless soldiers fighting for freedom was Lieutenant James Carter, a young man from a small town in Kansas. Raised on stories of heroism and duty, James had always dreamed of serving his country, but the harsh realities of war had proven to be far different from what he had imagined. James was part of the 101st Airborne Division, a unit renowned for its bravery and resilience. In the early hours of June 6th, D-Day, James and his comrades found themselves aboard a C-47 aircraft, flying over the English Channel toward Normandy, France. Their mission was to parachute behind enemy lines and secure key positions to support the Allied invasion. The tension in the aircraft was palpable, the roar of the engines drowning out the nervous whispers and hurried prayers of the soldiers. As the red light in the cabin turned green, signaling the jump, James felt a surge of adrenaline. One by one, the paratroopers leapt into the darkness, their silhouettes disappearing into the night. James's parachute deployed, and he drifted down toward the French countryside, the distant sound of gunfire echoing in his ears. Landing in a field far from his intended drop zone, James quickly realized he was alone. The scattered nature of the paratrooper landings had left many soldiers isolated, and James knew he had to find his unit. As he navigated through the dense hedgerows, he encountered a young French farmer named Etienne. Despite the language barrier, Etienne understood James's situation and offered to guide him toward a nearby village where other Allied soldiers were believed to be regrouping. The journey was perilous. German patrols roamed the countryside, and James and Etienne had to move under the cover of darkness, avoiding detection at all costs. Along the way, they stumbled upon a small farmhouse that had been turned into a German outpost. Peering through a crack in the wall, James saw two German soldiers guarding a group of French villagers, including women and children. "We have to do something," James whispered to Etienne. The farmer nodded, his expression grim but resolute. With no time to devise a complex plan, James relied on his training and instincts. He crept around the back of the farmhouse, using the cover of tall grass to stay hidden. Spotting an open window, he climbed inside and silently approached the guards. With swift precision, James incapacitated one soldier and aimed his rifle at the other, ordering him to surrender. The German hesitated but ultimately raised his hands, allowing James to free the villagers. The grateful villagers provided James and Etienne with food and directions to the Allied position. As they continued their journey, James couldn't help but think about the bravery of ordinary people like Etienne and the villagers who risked everything to resist tyranny. Their courage reminded him of why he was fighting this war. After several days of evasion and skirmishes, James finally reunited with his unit. The 101st Airborne had managed to secure their objectives, but the cost had been high. Many of James's friends and comrades had fallen, their sacrifices etched into his memory. As the war raged on, James continued to fight with unwavering determination. He knew the road ahead would be long and arduous, but he drew strength from the resilience of the people he had met and the bonds he had forged with his fellow soldiers. When the war finally ended in 1945, James returned home to Kansas, forever changed by his experiences. He carried with him the stories of those who had fought and suffered, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity in the face of unimaginable darkness. And though the scars of war would never fully heal, James found solace in the knowledge that he had played a part in the fight for freedom, a legacy that would endure for generations to come.